So, Emilio, it's very good to have you back. I think the last time that we properly spoke was around like maybe May, June time. I think at that point in time, the business was doing about 10K consistently on a monthly basis. But before we dive into kind of the journey and the story and the upgraded office and all of that type of stuff, perhaps you can tell people a little bit about yourself and what it is that you do and how you deliver your service to the market.
Yeah, for sure. So basically, I help crypto investors make cash flow with crypto bots. So basically, using AI, we walk them through the whole process, show them step by step how to do it. And now we have also incorporated for people that want to make more of an active income. We have, sorry, we have added day trading with leverage as well. So that's what we do in a nutshell.
Very interesting. So I guess if we take this all the way back to when we first spoke, I remember at that point in time you were getting people coming in through inbound strategies. You were basically looking for a way that would enable you to scale the business a little bit more aggressively. How much is it that you're consistently making with the business at this point in time?
Yeah, so when I got into EasyGrow, I did have an offer. I had kind of like the business module already on place a little bit, but still there were a lot of gaps on what to do, what not to do, things like that. Very little to no direction. And I was making about 7 to 8,000, maybe 9,000 was my top month. Yeah.
Yeah. And here we are now in March. And how much is the business consistently making on a monthly basis at this point?
Consistently 32, 33-ish, 32,000, 33,000 a month.
Okay.
And yeah, the way that things are going this month is very likely we're gonna be hitting 40 because right now it's the 9th and we're at 17. So it's let's see what happens.
Beautiful. Because I remember when we had our first conversation, I was saying to you, Emilio, you have got to do this. Like the ball run is coming. Like this is going to be a fantastic opportunity if you've got some of these strategies in place and you can leverage this, obviously, with everything that's about to happen over the coming months. The business is going to scale very aggressively. So I'm glad to see that the business is growing and going in the direction that you want. I guess in terms of the product unto itself, and obviously, we were speaking about it just now, but what are some of the key things that you feel like you've taken away from this, how it's helped you to actually scale the business?
Mm. So first, Charlie made me realize that before you even focus on marketing or anything like that, you gotta focus on building a right program, right? So whatever your expectations are set, you have to make sure you met those expectations. So yeah, we work a lot about that. So that was a huge improvement because people inside my program started getting like the results that I was promising, and I was making sure they get that because Charlie recommended me to hire people that are experts on my community so they can support members, new members per se. And that is the first thing. But the second thing, and probably the most important one, is the mindset. You know, especially I go very often to the mindset modules because they are extremely good to just be reminded of really what you set yourself up to, how much you will be making pretty much. Yeah, that those are the two biggest things
Okay,
from Easy Grow. Yeah.
that makes sense. And I know obviously you've got an info product yourself, right? You're a coach, you're a consultant. Before jumping into Easy Grow, had you done many courses before? Had you explored any other courses previously?
Yes, I was in a coaching program that
Mhm.
was specifically for running ads, and that was the one that led me to make like 5 to 10K, roughly about that range. But it was limited, right? I was there and I wasn't really going up. So after it was very high, it was very fast to jump, to be honest. It was like I enrolled Easy Grow and I went from 9K to 22K the next month. So yeah, it was very, very fast.
Yeah, I wasn't even aware of this that you scaled that quickly. What
Yeah, it was very fast.
what do you put that down to? Would you say it was the mindset side of things, or it was more to do with some of the strategies that you were learning, or just the overall business architecture?
It's definitely everything that is provided inside EasyGrow. It's not only because of all the support that is given every single day, right? Because you guys have every day you have calls, but also because Charlie makes a solid job in making sure that you understand the things that you have to do to make it grow. So it's not too much about the strategies. Yeah, it was a lot about the mindset shift. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And just before we started recording, you were talking about the fact that you were just diving into Charlie's new module, which is Consulting Nirvana. I actually haven't seen it as of yet myself. I know that you've got early access. Perhaps
Mm.
you want to talk a little bit about what your experience has been like with that so far? How is that shaping up for you?
I mean, from EasyGrow, it overall is for agencies. So everything I was trying to translate it to business wise. Yes, there were a couple of things that didn't really match too much my business module, and it makes sense because it was for agencies, but I still got a ton of value. But now that I started watching Nirvana, which is the new program, is just freaking insane. I mean, it's definitely something that I believe it can take me to 100 plus per month. Yeah, I have no doubt about that.
Okay. Why do you feel like that's the case? What kind of things are you picking up on at the moment? Where are you seeing some of the gaps in the business and how you can scale it more aggressively?
So with Nirvana,
Correct. Yeah.
so for instance, how do you scale? That is one of the things that he's talking a lot. I'm still not too much in depth. I just started watching the program yesterday, but the overall structure that he gave completely fits the gaps that my business have right now. For example, softwares. Like what softwares do you use to automate things? Okay, like what type of things do you give priority? All of those things that sometimes as a business owner you work when you should delegate and focus on other things. You don't realize until somebody actually makes you aware of that, and that is what Nirvana is doing pretty much.
Okay. Beautiful. So you were just talking about the goal now potentially is to get to 100K per month, maybe a little bit further than that. Realistically, how quickly do you think that you're going to be able to make that happen with kind of the guidance that you're getting in place from the product?
Yes. So the ultimate goal of my first phase is going to be 100K, but the closest goal is going to be 40K, right? I
Mhm.
like to take it step by step. I'm not going to be shooting for 100K next month, but it's right now I'm on 33. Next goal is 40, next 50, then 75, and so on. So 40, I'm confident based on numbers wise that I'm going to be hitting it this month. Um, I would say if things keep running this way and I keep asking for support as I have been doing inside EasyGrow, yeah, by the end of the year, it could be likely that I will be very close or hit it already by the end of the year, yeah, which is 6 months from now. Or yeah,
Which is going to be huge. And obviously,
9 months.
given the industry that you work in as well, how beneficial has it been for the business scaling for you to be able to then leverage some of that capital to reinvest into the crypto bots, into doing like spot trading, etc., things along those lines?
I mean, it has been beautifully. I mean, before or when I just enrolled EasyGrow, I didn't have a setter, I didn't have a CSM, I didn't have video editors. Everything was done pretty much by myself. And now I'm in the process of hiring the second CSM.
Mhm.
And I do have a setter and a video editor and a YouTube analytics. So so yeah, it is obvious that it's scaling. now I just need to adapt my business towards making, let's say, 40, 50,000, because that will represent maybe 20 more clients to my program. So yeah.
Okay. So the goal at this point in time is really to start buying back your time so that you can just focus on actually scaling the business right now.
At this point, yes, yes, that could be the goal. Exactly.
Okay. That makes sense. If we kind of loop back to our original sales call when we first spoke, and I think if I remember correctly, I was fighting tooth and nail to get you across the line, like all of these different things to help you get into the product. If you were to speak to somebody who was kind of sitting on the fence on this as to whether they should do this, whether the product is as good as, you know, maybe the sales rep say it is, what is it that you would say to them if they're like, I'm not sure if this is going to be the right thing for me?
What can I say? I mean, I think it all comes down to, if you keep doing the same things, you won't get anywhere, right? And that is what I took the leap of faith, because I told myself, fair enough, let's say I don't hop into EasyGrow, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna keep trying to do things by my own, and fair enough, yeah, at some point I'll make it to 50,000 by persistence and discipline, but it's gonna take me 2 years, a year and a half, instead of 6 months or so. And it's just becoming aware, because you guys have everything, right? You have the sales process, you have the mind modules, you have the systems and software module as well, and the support, which is the most important thing. And besides that, last thing that I would want to share is, a Charlie himself, he's making now close to, I think on his videos he has said that he's making close to 1 million per month, and he started from scratch. So he has done it. I mean, there is no better place to learn from somebody that has already achieved it.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Um, I guess one of the last questions that I have for you then is I'm definitely in agreement with you in terms of the product. Like it literally has everything. Like Charlie and Bo have spent so much time just trying to flesh it out constantly. It's the reason why the product is getting updated constantly. But you were talking about support. How valuable do you think that was in your journey to getting to this 33K, projecting to get to 40K this month?
I remember I hopping into one of the weekly calls you guys have with Charlie. It was on a Monday, 10 a.m. my time. And I asked him, should I, should I make these type of ads instead of this type of, it was completely different of what I have been doing. And he just made me realize that you only need one vehicle and one product to make it to 500 plus, even maybe 1 million plus. So so it has been very, very eye opener in that end. Yeah, for sure.
Beautiful. Well, look, Emilio, is there anything else that you'd like to share with anybody?
Yeah, I mean, just last thing is, if if you're thinking about enrolling EasyGrow, and you have like a business and you're making 5 to 10,000, then there is not a better vehicle than EasyGrow for sure. That I can say with a lot of confidence.
Beautiful. Well, look, Emilio, I appreciate your time. I look forward to seeing you scale this thing to 100K over the coming year. And
Yeah,
also, I look forward to seeing you do very well, obviously, as well in the bull market that is playing out at this point in time. But yeah, brother, I appreciate your
yeah.
time, and we'll speak again when you get to 100K.